Good morning, boys. How are
Morning,
you?
David. Good
Great
morning,
to have you
pal.
on, mate. First things first, how did the golf go? Couple of days off, international break.
Royal Portrush is too tough for me now. I was knackered walking around it in the weather, but look, we had a couple of days in the Harbour Bar as well, which you all
Know it
know about.
well.
I've got to say, great day or two there, so it was fantastic.
Lovely,
Brilliant.
David. And you've had a nice few days chilling out. Now, of course, you'll have your fingers crossed, I'm sure, David, that all your boys that are going to come back safe and well. It's difficult for you managers when you've got a lot of players going out the door on international duty.
It is because they're all coming back at different times now. Where days gone by with you and Coisty, probably when you played, you were all sort of playing on maybe a Tuesday or a Wednesday, and you got the players back. But now they're playing all different days. So we've had some who've already played their two games. We'll get Edson Alvarez, who's we don't think we're getting back till late Thursday afternoon. So there's bits like that, but it's the same for a lot of clubs, and I think it's just part of where football is now. You know, you just have to get on with it. But I've got to say, as you well know, it'd be really tough to be coming back for those trips and then getting sort of ready to play again this Saturday. Not easy.
David, tell me about the start. I mean, everybody obviously fantastic season last year, brilliant, culminating in the European triumph. A lot of people, when you lose somebody of the quality and the stature and the presence of Declan Rice, thought it would be extremely, and it would be extremely difficult to replace. There's no getting away from that. However, I'm guessing you've been delighted with the way the team have started.
It's been a brilliant start for us. Because to be fair, Coisty, we only finished on June the 7th. We've given the boys extra time off. We had booked a trip to Australia, which meant that we were already sort of squeezing it in. We had 3 days back before we flew to Australia. So in truth, our pre-season was really bog average compared to sort of what you would maybe expect. But you know, in football, you never know how it's going to work. You know, we got some players in a bit later. But I've got to say the boys who've come in have been great, and you know the way those players have started is giving us real confidence. And obviously we've won a couple of really big games. This time last year we hadn't got off to a great start, but this year we have done.
Yeah. David, one of those players, James Ward-Prowse, has come in and has settled down really well, and he's sort of looks absolutely totally at home with you and the guys. With him and Jarrod Bowen, surprised those two weren't picked for international duty?
Well, look, I wouldn't want to be picking the England squad because they've got that many good players. The abundance of players they've got at the moment, the selection issues the manager must have is hard enough for himself. But I'm sure both of them were knocking at the door. They must have been very close because their form's been very good. Jarrod had a chance of it last year, but again, he's started the season very well with his goals, and James has come in and settled in brilliantly well. But probably no more than we hoped. And I think having players with Premier League experience is a bit easier for them to come in and get started well.
David, before we move on to the game tonight, Scotland-Ireland game, we're obviously looking forward to that. I want to take you back to the Conference League. I think, honestly, God, I've said it a few times. I can't remember watching a European final where the entire country has been behind the one team, you know, because, for example, if Liverpool win it, you wouldn't want Manchester United fans wouldn't want to win it and things like that. However, I genuinely believe the country was just about united wanting West Ham to win that tournament. I think you boys did that tournament as well the biggest favour, because it has now put that tournament on the map, and so it should, because realistically I'm of the opinion clubs like West Ham, whether it be Brighton, even Rangers and Celtic, I think they've absolutely no chance of winning the Champions League, right? Certainly Rangers and Celtic in the current climate. However, that tournament now that you put it on the map, you saw how much it meant to the West Ham supporters. Just tell us a little bit how you felt about it.
Well, I agree with everything you're saying, Coisty, because I think to be a European winner is something really special, and there's not many people get that opportunity to do so or be in a position to try and do so. West Ham over many years have had a great reputation, but let's be fair, it's been a long time, and I heard Adrian Durham talking about there, you know, how long it had been since we'd won trophies when he was recording from the game. But I have to say the night was magical for us. Yeah. It was incredible, you know. And us to score sort of in the last minute, you've all been there before, to score a goal in the last minute makes it even more special. But I remember the year before, if you look at what it meant to Jose Mourinho, they were the first winners of it. Roma were the first winners of the competition. Yep. And look, let's be fair, Jose's been a serial winner throughout his career, and how much it meant to him. So I think for Andy to win it, and I actually think if you look at the European competitions this year, the level. I mean, we're in a competition now, which has got Liverpool and Brighton, not to mention all the teams from overseas. The Conference League this year will be incredibly difficult to win. And yes, I agree. I think that the Champions League is so elite, to be good enough to beat Man City or Inter Milan. It takes some doing nowadays. But the Conference League might give you a chance. And I think for supporters, you want to go abroad, you want to go see your team playing. So it's been a brilliant competition. And I think UEFA have done a really good job in getting a third competition out there, which can involve a different level of teams as well. No,
it was a fantastic achievement, David. Can I just ask you one on Jesse Lingard as a free agent? There's been some rumours, there's been some talk about potentially where he played some lovely football for you. What was it, a year and a half ago, whatever it was. Anything in that, David, that he might be coming back as a free agent?
Well, Jesse's trained with us for 3 weeks, and look, he's improved greatly since when he first came in. He's in really good condition, and much better condition was when he first came in. But I have to say, when Jesse joined us a couple of years ago, he scored, I think, 10 goals in 15 games.
It was terrific, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm. Probably the difference was into Europe for the first time, Jesse. So I want to give him every opportunity to get back into condition, see how he does. So there's no real update on it at the moment, Andy. But just to say that he's back and he's getting much closer to levels of fitness where you would hope he would be.
Dave, I want to move on to the game tonight. I said before the game, Scotland game in Cyprus, that I whispered it quietly. I said the game against Cyprus was probably more important to Scotland than the game against England. Having won the game against Cyprus, I now do accept that I was talking a lot of nonsense. And this game tonight is unbelievably important. How do you see it going? Where are you going to watch it?
I'll watch it from home tonight. But I think that it's a difficult game for all teams because, look, I heard somebody in talkSPORT talking yesterday about it. Was saying that, I'm guessing no Premier League managers really want a Scotland-England game at this moment in time because, we want all the players back fit to play in the Premier League. And, what it could take out the players, the chances of injury, etc. I think there's great respect from the players amongst each other. A lot of them play against each other, playing the same sides together. But look, history would always tell you it's been one of the finest games. I had a chance to go to over my years as a young boy, and we're all brought up in it. When it was the old home internationals, it was great. When it was Snowwood Island in it, and all the teams were in it, so it's something we've missed. But certainly the international calendar's made it very difficult for us to fit in games. I just don't think there's any room to fit in any more games. The football calendar's just too busy. Yeah.
David, I've got to ask you finally, what was it like having a McCoist as a roommate? Because you told me earlier, he said that you two played together for, was it the under-21s?
Under 18s.
Under 18s.
Yeah, well, me and Coisty, and actually, Coisty was, when Coisty first started at St Johnstone, I'd started at Celtic, and I actually made my full debut against Coisty.
Right.
For Celtic, and I always remember, it was a great story. Coisty was still working. Was it when the HMRC or something? Coisty,
that's right, up in East Kilbride, overseas development. That's right, you're right.
I'd been named in the Celtic team by Billy McNeil, and I'd done a piece in the Daily Record, and the headline I can remember was "I'm ready for McCoist." However, they picked it out, and my mum and dad, they were working at the time. They left to go to work. And left him, don't make any noise, David, sleep me, he's got the game tonight, no noise. At that time, there was no mobiles, the phone's ringing off the hook at 9 o'clock. I was saying, who's phoning? Had to get up at 9 o'clock to answer the phone. And then the other side I heard is, are you ready for me? And that
You obviously were, because you beat us 4-1 if I recall.
Actually, I was going to say, I thought it was 3-1, but you scored.
Yeah, that's right.
So we were both 17 or 18.
18. Right. The biggest compliment I can pay you, big fella, is roommates go, you're certainly a lot tidier than me.
Oh, by the way, you don't want to be in that room too often, mate.
Listen, David, keep up the good work, mate. Brilliant to see you.
Well done, David.
Piercy's just walked in this thing right now. He's got a big thumbs up for you, so he's saying hello as well.
Oh, don't be speaking to him today. No, I told him that he can't cross the border, Coisty.
Boy, Moyes, he's just walked through that door and I've stuck my shin pads on. Here he is, mate.
There he is.
Hey, he can't wear that gear in Scotland, Coist. He's got
Brilliant, David. Keep up the good work. Enjoy the game tonight, mate. Hopefully speak to you soon. Thanks for taking the time to come on.
Thanks,
Brilliant
David.
to see
Thank you.
Absolutely fantastic. Big fella's in top form, and so he should be.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.